Welcome, Smite fans. Sorry for so much of the delays. There are a few technical issues with this game, but we'll get into it as soon as possible. Link's Clone unfortunately had too many technical issues, and we're bringing back an old crowd favorite. Joining me on the commentary desk for this one, on camera, unfortunately for you ladies out there, but it is the one, the only, the Josh Nightfall Campbell. Nightfall, how are you doing?
I'm pretty excited. I've dreamed of the day that I would come back, but only due to technical difficulties. So sitting on the bench has been it's been warm, but I'm excited for game two here.
All right, we're about to head into picks and bans here. Now, Nightfall, you were watching along in game number one. What do you think that Team Yandegire need to do to take this game over Avant Garde?
Honestly, I think just be more aggressive because they were so passive in the early game, last game, and they got like a 2 level deficit on everyone. So it just sort of seemed like they let Avant-Garde have the game. But I don't know if they can come back aggressive and take more objectives like the red buff that Avant-Garde were able to steal like 3 or 4 times, then I think Yandegire will have a chance.
Susano banned away here by Team Yandegire, and Guan Yu taken away by Avant Garde. Again, taking that one away, they just not comfortable with that sustain being left around for Yandegire. Janus banned away here by Team Yandegire. I expect to see a Raijin ban very shortly from Avant Garde. There's too much damage to be let through.
Yeah, the Giannis, oh, he played all right last game. It wasn't spectacular, but it did exactly what they needed to do, which was the global presence and the burst damage on the opposing mage, which was the Scylla, I think it was, wasn't it?
Yep. All
And
right,
Raijin.
Athena is the first pick here from Team Yandegire. So Casification actually had a few good taunts that game. Got some really good setup for his team. The issue was really more with the team being in position to execute off the back of that setup. Unfortunately, it just wasn't there last game. We'll have to see if Yandegire can improve on that this game. Looking for Avant's first picks here, and it's going to be Anher and Hunbats.
Interesting. So the Anhur has got that early presence and just that massive kill potential with the Impale, and the Hunbats is so good because of the early game. You can get a crit and it does like a third of the enemy's HP, and then he's got the Fear No Evil, which is such a fantastic teamfight turnaround ability. Scylla and Ao Kuang are next up.
Yeah, so Scylla, Desecrator did a decent job last game on that. Early game struggled a lot, as you do with the Scylla, but more struggled with hitting his abilities and being in position to really follow up on Casification setup. Alquan from Olimar, now, that I'm very interested to see, because if you could get that rolling, you could definitely carry with that, but last game, definitely did not have a strong showing with the Nemesis. We'll just have to see how it goes. Barkus now picked up here for Avant Garde, along with an Apollo ban.
There's all magical damage now on Team Yandegire. They have to get at least 2 physicals, otherwise it'll be too easy for Avant-Garde to defend against it. So I'm looking for some sort of physical bans here from Avant-Garde. Obviously Apollo was a great ban, and Zeus followed up as well.
Yeah, so the Zeus taken away from Mouse's God Pool. He now banned away by Avant Garde as well, so taking that away from Trilogy. Yeah, so Mouse, as he said, wasn't carrying the team last time, but did enough damage. He's actually second damage in the game after El Chuckles. Just taking away from some of the high burst mages that he likes to play. Sol now banned away from by Team Yandegire, I should say. Avant Garde now looking to pick something here.
They are indeed. What have they got left? They got a mid laner and a solo, I guess. Hunbat solo's not a thing. Ra picked up. Interesting.
Yeah,
They're
so
really
a
going
lot
for
of
that
sustain.
sustained siege
Yeah,
sort of comp.
Sustain, you got burst with the sniper as well. Just suits what Mouse is looking to do for his team, which is just, be a presence, do some damage, but mainly be a bit more utility rather than carry. Cabrakan and Gibalanke picked up. This Ra is about to have a very bad time with that Cabrakan.
Yeah, so as I said before, that they should have got 2 physicals. Cabrakan is really good for that tankiness and semi-damage as well, and Shibalonke can make up for the lack of overall physical damage because he's Shibalonke and he can just keep going. So he can pick up the physical damage where it's lacking. That's what I was after.
Last pick here is going to be Nemesis for Avant Garde. So it's going to be a Nemesis solo lane. We've seen Chuckles do that. Played it actually against Row in the solo lane and managed to do decently well. They get a couple of solo kills. Unfortunately, Avant Garde are not able to find the victory in that one. Let's head into game here, folks. Game number 2 between Team Yandegire and Avant Garde. Yandegire looking to have a strong debut in the OPL. Game 1 didn't provide that. Can they change that in game number 2? They've got some early wards, again, fearing that invade coming out of Avant Garde.
Yeah, and it was really well played last game with the curse just slowed the Sharks so much, just couldn't go anywhere, and KO just got behind and stayed behind, and Avant-Garde just made sure that whenever they had a lead, they just kept pushing it.
Alrighty, we can see Avant-Garde looking to see if Team Yandegire are going to try anything here at the start, but looking at their team composition, it's all, relatively late game other than, I suppose, the Karakin. The Karakin just does damage all game, but, Gibalonke, late game Hunter, Scylla, late game Mage, Kwong,
Another
late
invade.
game Assassin, and then another invade here from Avant-Garde. Just, and Ao Kwong doesn't do that much damage here at the start. With a purple pot, maybe. But I'm surprised that KO isn't really taking this fight. He's a Kabrakan with purple pot. He's going to be doing a lot of damage.
I think he's just afraid. I mean, it's the first match in the OPL, and they showed well last game, but there's still those nerves, that they're trying to get into the. They're trying to get into the swing of things and make sure that they that team synergy as well with Olimar, who's a sub. Well, new main roster.
Yeah, they haven't been playing with him throughout the Challengers Cup. They've played a fair few matches there. I said, Olimar, though, just coming onto the main roster. Avant-Garde still looking to pick up this blue buff here. Liquid Renegade's very, very low at this point, but this is why you have a Ra for those heals there. Liquid Renegade heals up a lot of that damage there. Speed buff not being looked at by Avant-Garde as Mouse and Liquid Renegade heading back towards mid lane. Chuckles heading back towards the solo lane. Both KO and Olimar are still here, but KO off the mark there with that Seismic Crush.
What I like about the solo lane is that it's a nemesis against a Kabrakan, and she can steal away the protections, but the only thing that I really want to question is, does it steal that 5% damage reduction from his passive with the ultimate from Nemesis? I don't think it does, but I really hope it does.
Alrighty, so Fire Creeps taken away there by Avant-Garde. Trying to build themselves up an early lead here like they did last game and just never allow Yandegire to be in this one. Duo side of things, Rob and Gruff pushing out Casification and Trilogy yet again. So very aggressive duo lane from Avant-Garde. Both of these players, though they haven't played together before this week on an OPL setting, they have, queued ranked, obviously scrimmed together a little bit now that they've made this change. But, we talk about the unfamiliarity of Yandegire to the situation. There's also a little bit of unfamiliarity on the side of Avant-Garde on the left-hand side of the map.
Yeah, Gruff, he played well last game, but he didn't play to his usual standard. He got picked off a few times, and it just seemed a little bit awkward, but you always have those first game jitters with a new team, but he seemed to overcome those quite quickly as the game went on.
Looking towards our mid lane here, we can see Mouse has hit level 5. Liquid Renegade a little bit behind on level 4. Should be hitting level 5 in the near future. Over on the side of Team Yandegire, Desecrator and Olimar in a very similar situation here. Olimar was able to secure his speed buff, however, he didn't get his speed buff, I believe, until around 15 minutes in the last game, so he's going to be feeling pretty good about himself.
A little bit painful there in that last game, and then as well as Desecrator, he only got the first red buff, and then you lost every single other one after that because of that objective control from Avant. But like we said, duo lane actually, there's a little bit of action going on. There's the shifting sands on the ground. Trilogy is just poked out, but here's the rest of Yandegire.
Yeah, Olimar has come in here, cursed down onto Rob Diggity. As the Desert Fury using that very early. Gruff used the Intoxicate as well. Olimar manages to get out. Mouse and Liquid Renegade are here, so they could look to turn this one. Gruff jumps in on Trilogy, who doesn't dash away. Caught in the shifting sands. Rob looking for this kill now. Liquid Renegade still not level 5 either. Mouse hiding around the wall, perhaps looking for a snipe through that map objective, but not going to find it. Just going to start up the boars instead.
That was a 2v4 that Yandegire were forced away from, and Avant, their duo lane was just so strong, they're so aggressive, and I keep going back to it. It's the aggression that are keeping Avant-Garde ahead of Team Yandegire because they don't know how to respond, and it was really well played there by Avant. And Yandegire, again, just like last game, if they let Avant into their jungle and take whatever they want, then it's free. Like, they're not contesting at all.
Olimar, Desecrator here in the mid lane, trying to farm up these mid waves, trying to get farm somewhere. As you just said, no jungle really available of their own to take, given Avant's aggression. And again, doing the same thing here, going for the speed buff, but KO onto Mouse there, Liquid Renegade, excellent ultimate there, peels away all three members, Snipe comes through, KO taken very low, this could be first blood here, but Olimar and Desecrator do so much damage to Liquid Renegade, his beads are down, he can't beat away from this outgoing ultimate, first blood to Team Yandegire. Olimar picks up the kill onto Liquid Renegade, and he's going in again on Mouse, he blinks under the tower, what are you doing, Olimar?
He's got no mana! Oh my god.
Oh.
Questionable decision. I mean, great first blood there by Team Yandegire, but going in again, no mana. Maybe he wasn't keeping track of it. He's like, yeah, I'm feeling it, guys. He jumps in, he's like, oh no, but
All right, you can't justify that, but the only explanation I can give is that he was looking to use the water illusion to finish off Mouse and was off the mark with the second activation of it. That's the only reason I can think why he would do that.
Oh dear. He definitely should not have gone for that. Just get what you can and then get out, especially against a team who are statistically better than you. But I don't know, Ollie. I mean, great showing. He's picked up the Sork boots now as well. Shoes in the Magi. Sork boots? Where did I get that from? Shoes in the Magi. So he will start to be doing a lot more damage now.
So it's beneficial there for Yandegire. They got the first blood, 300 gold bounty there for Olimar to pick that one up. But still, you know, as he said, just diving too far. This is just a showing of the ill discipline perhaps that Yandegire have. They haven't had to face OPL level competition before. They've only played in the Challengers Cup. And, you know, I suppose the only team that's come up from Challengers Cup that they would have played is Llamas in Pajamas last split. But for a little while now, they haven't faced any OPL level competition. So they haven't had to play this kind of level of gameplay.
Yeah, it's all about learning. I mean, they can't expect to 2-0 Avant-Garde right off the bat. I mean, like, it's good to have that kind of hope and aim for it, but they do have to expect to be able to learn from this, as KO does get soloed at the blue buff.
It was Liquid and Chuckles there, so
right.
not quite soloed, but he was looking to go 2v1, was doing pretty well against Liquid Renegade, tried to find the kill with his ultimate, wasn't able to get it, but mainly that his objective was to steal away the blue buff, but unable to, you know, quite pull it off there, and a little bit unfortunate for him, but still, Cabrakan is very, very dominant in lane, especially against the Nemesis, who at this stage of the game is not going to be doing a whole lot, so he's not going to worry too much in terms of losing out farm and things like that.
So I'm taking a look at the build. He's going for the Breastplate of Valor, this is KO, but it's against a Nemesis who steals protections on a passive, so I don't think it's that great. Maybe something with health, but I can't think of an item to replace there. He'll take less damage, but at the same time, as long as he's using the Tremors and Nemesis is auto-attacking him, he'll lose that fight.
It's also, though, it's not just about the solo 1v1. You look at Avant-Garde, they've got Liquid Renegade who does physical damage and Rob Diggity as well. So it's protections against them, but more importantly, it's the cooldowns. He wants that cooldown so he's able to use that Seismic Crush more often against the squishy Mouse who has no escapes.
Indeed. Oh, that's huge. Is that Mouse is on Ra, that's the healer, and they've got a Cabrakan who just sprints at you, and sometimes we'll get a blink, which is scary, stun you straight up and explode you, especially with an Ao Kuang as well, who can blink back and then help the Cabrakan just destroy that sustain. As well as Rob Diggity, I mean, he's got that CC immunity to try and keep him alive, and he's got the jump away, so it's all aggression here from Avant-Garde and very little peel.
We're looking at Yandegire, people might question the fact why they've gone full magical, and even addressed that, yes, the Xibalanka can make up for it, but the other factor is it's easier to build physical protection on mages and still retain kind of what you do as a mage. A lot more difficult to build magical damage. Like with a Ra, you can build a Breastplate of Valor to get some more mana and cooldowns and still be healing effectively. You can't get a magical defense item, though. It just doesn't really work. The only thing you can look at, perhaps, is a Void Stone, but if you're getting a Void Stone as Ra, it means you're being rushed up on, which is not a good situation for you to be in the first place.
Yeah, and by the time that that Void Stone is starting to be effective, you're basically already dead. Oh, solo lane, 3-man dive under the tower, Fear No Evil, and KO gets picked up there by Chuckles. Very nice 2-man rotation by Gruff and Liquid there.
Near the Gold Fury though, Rob Diggity taken very low. I'm a Monster doesn't connect, but his beats are down. Olimar comes in and grabs the execute once again. So 2 kills now for the jungler, and Mouse is all by him lonesome on the left-hand side mid camps. Olimar, considering his options here, just goes for the mid camps rather than kill. Perhaps he learnt from his over-aggression last time.
Yeah, just going for the PvE instead of the VP 2v1 under tower this time. So after that, Gold Fury was not taken there. So taking a look at the graphs, it's 1.3k gold and 2.5k XP for Avant Garde. And Yandegire are doing a pretty decent job in returning these trades that are being picked up here for Avant Garde.
Look at Mouse. He's going for the Ward Stone, going into the Void Stone, just like I said, and you know it shows his fear that it has of this Kabrakan. Now, yesterday we saw Team Pandemonium lose to Insight, and a big part of that was Beast playing Kabrakan, just running straight at Ochita, and even just blinking on him and two-shotting him. Ochita wasn't able to do too much there. The Void Stone is as well. I don't know how much it is actually going to effectively be able to do against the Kabrakan. I think mainly it's going to help him against this Ao Kuang.
Yeah, definitely. It's the massive burst that he wants to stop from the Ao Kuang. Just the 2 and the 3 combo is huge damage, as well as the Tremors will do a little bit less damage, but it all depends on how the team fights are played out.
Mid lane here, we see a 4-man grouping from Yandegire, 3-man grouping from Avant Garde. This means Chuckle's going to be able to farm really efficiently in the Soul lane. He's actually got the tier 1 tower down there, so he's got a lot of pressure in that lane. It's going to free him up really to rotate into these fights more. If KO is smart, he'll keep the wave zoned right where it is now to stand there and pick up the farm. It means that if Chuckles wants to get any further farm in that lane, he's going to have to stick around very deep into the Yandegire backline and won't be able to do much. Gold Fury, though, started up here by Avant Garde. They've already got it at 50% HP with the sustain that Mouse has. They're going to be able to stick on this one and even burst it down. They take it down really easily. There is the Jivalanke ultimate case patient looking for a taunt. Beats force onto Liquid Renegade. Rob Diggity forced to jump away as well. Olimar is here looking to do damage. Snipe comes through. Chuckles picks off Casification, but Mouse is all alone now with a Kabrakan. This is not where you want to be. He's stunned out. Ultimate is available for KO, but he's not choosing to use it. A clean kill and Gold Fury pick up there for Avant Garde.
Yeah, Yandegire recognized that they were at a loss as soon as they lost like Casification, so they took their losses and then walked away, made sure that they weren't over-aggressing once again. Mid-camps, go to Desecrator there, very nice.
Good pick up there. Monster there, just a little bit off the mark, perhaps a little bit of nerves, returning to this high-level competition he used to play at. But later last game, we saw him getting those ones off a lot better, so I don't expect it'll be too much of a trouble for him as we proceed later. And, that's when you want to be hitting more of them, is when they're going to be doing more damage.
Indeed. So something I noticed last game is that Avant, while they were a 6k gold lead, they were still fighting really awkwardly. And it might be because of Gruff, it might be, it could be multiple of things, but even though Avant have the lead, Yandegire are still playing well in these team fights. And that's really what's turning these games interesting, is that the kill difference is always really close.
Alrighty, we can see Gold Fury got a lot of wards in that area. That's what enabled Avant Garde to take down. They actually just double warded themselves here on the entrance to the mid lane. Looking at the graphs now, we can see a 2,400 experience, 2,600 gold difference for Avant Garde. It's going to take a little bit for Yandegire to come back in. This is sort of the snowball that started last game for Avant Garde that allowed them to take it out, pretty damn convincingly.
Yeah, indeed. There's a taunt onto Graf and he gets exploded right away, Olimar, with that kill. And I'm a Monster was used there just for the secure but well played there by Yandegire to make that pick.
They didn't need the Ao Kuang execute or the I'm a Monster. And speaking of the Ao Kuang execute, here comes Olimar to Fenrir Olympus as well. He doesn't need the execute there either. Liquid Renegade absolutely destroyed Rob Diggity. Good impale there to keep away Casification, but Olimar's going under the tower looking for this kill. Not going to be able to find it. Towards the mid lane though, KO and Desecrator. KO taken very low here. Chuckles looking for the kill, dashes through, the snipe doesn't land. Good stun there, I should say, from KO, but Chuckles still managed to pick up the kill. Desecrator, though, deletes our Chuckles off the face of the map, and Yandegire suddenly find themselves leveling kills with Avant Garde and pressuring a tier 1 tower in mid.
Yeah, that was not worth for El Chuckles to chase because KO was already 0-2, so there was less gold for El Chuckles for getting that kill. Team fight once again. Rob Diggity exploded. He's got the relic there to keep him alive. Al Kwang, the beads will keep him alive even through that. And there's the Viano Evil as well.
Yep, Liquid Renegade able once again to use that ultimate rather than for Initiate, just simply to appeal for his teammates when they're in a bit of a dire situation. That kind of just suits his playstyle a little bit better. And not really this kind of super assassin-based jungler. Really prefers kind of more frontline, more peel, or just sticky to your enemies rather than necessarily, as I was saying, like an assassin, just purely come in, kill your enemies. So good job by him there.
Indeed, and now Avant Garde, they were looking for that mid tower, but then they opted not to. Just gonna take their own jungle. Actually, where is Chuckles going? He looks a little bit confused.
I think he's just not sure whether he should invade the speed buff or whether he's going to invade this tower with his team. Rob Diggity taking tower shots here. Good taunt there from Rob Diggity, and he takes... Sorry, taunt onto Rob Diggity. Casification takes it down. I'm a Monster again, trying to look for the kill there, but they're just dying too fast. Gruff gonna fall down here in just a second. Olimar got himself another kill. He is 5-1 at this point, ladies and gentlemen, and now he's looking for Chuckles and Mouse. Trilogy dashing forward there. 5-man grouping here. Taunt there from Casification. Mouse walled in by KO. Nowhere to go. Trilogy's got himself a kill. Liquid Renegade, Pheno Evil again picks up Casification, but it's 4v2, and Yandegire on the attack, and suddenly in the lead.
Yeah, that's all off the back of Olimar dealing so much damage, as well as the taunt from Casification to initiate all of this way back at that mid lane tower. Really well played here by Yandegire, and it's the indecisiveness from Avant Garde that's playing it as well. Like I said, Chuckles looked a little bit confused, or the communication was a little bit lacking, and then they just sort of, they were too separated.
Chuckles here manages to keep Team Yandegire away from the speed buff, so Avant a little bit on the back heel at this point. The graphs pretty much even experience floating around that 0 mark goal difference, just slightly in favor of Avant Garde. Yandegire able to get up a tower off the back of that fight. Maybe could have got a little bit more if they didn't try and go for the tier 2 tower, but still, you know, they'll take any victory they can get.
Yeah, definitely, and you can see how they react and how they're learning throughout the game. Rob gets picked up by Kaze and Desecrator over there in the duo lane. And now they're extremely shaky. Like, Avant, what's happening?
I'm not sure. I couldn't tell you, but I could tell you this. I wouldn't like to be in their comms at this time with both Gruff and Liquid Renegade on that team. I can be assured that there's going to be some strong words to their teammates here. But, you know, this game is gonna rest on El Chuckles, right? He is 4-1-2. Last game, he was 10-0 and something insane. So, you know, if he can stay online, if he can carry his team, they'll do well. But Yandegire starting up the Gold Fury with newfound confidence that this Challengers Cup team have is serving them well. Pheno Evil there, Trilogy bursted very, very low here. Somehow managed to stay alive, just barely. Desecrator doing so much damage. Liquid Renegade falls down to the execute of Olimar. I'm a Monster popped by Desecrator, looking for a target. He's looking for Mouse, finds him. Mouse though, still alive for now, but deleted by KO. Desecrator trying desperately to get away. Chuckles chasing him down, but great peel there from Yandegire, keeps him alive just for the moment. There's the Nemesis ultimate, and Desecrator falls down, but Gruff is solo in the back line, and Olimar is looking to pick up that kill. Can he find it? Bursts him down there, and Yandegire trade out there 2 for 3, and they get the Gold Fury.
Massive play there by Team Yandegire, extremely well played. Desecrator was able to get that massive I'm a Monster off onto Mouse, and then that was all the heals gone for Avant Garde. After that, it was all downhill. Liquid Renegade did try to get everyone off the Gold Fury, but it just was all for naught, and Team Yandegire looked like a completely different team from game 1.
And the biggest thing there as well is that Trilogy wasn't even part of that fight. He got bursted down there. Pheno Evil and the Gold Fury managed to dash away, but then Yandegire won the fight 4v5. Desecrator, while he has been picking up the kills with this Iron Monster, has been doing so much damage with those, and the Crushing hit a couple of key routes as well to, you know, just stave off some of the attacks from Avant.
Indeed, and we said at the start of this game, Avant Garde played really well around objectives last game, so they seem to be like really off their mark here this game. I'm not too sure what's going on in between games, but Team Yandegire just decided to switch on.
That's what we love to see. You know, a lot of controversy surrounded this team. And into the OPL, a lot of people doubted how they could perform. And well, they're certainly doing their best to prove the haters wrong in this one. 5-man grouping here from Avant Garde on the left-hand side, looking for this tier 1 tower on the left. KO and Olimar are on the right-hand side of the map, so Yandegire need to play this one extremely carefully. Might be able to defend this, given the clear that Desecrator now has online, but the sustain from Avant Garde is huge. There's the Darkest of Nights under the tower. Case still staying there, gets a 2-man taunt, and Mouse is now tanking the tower. Trilogy does a lot of damage to Gruff in combination with Desecrator, but they're just unable to contest this objective. Olimar is rotating over now, but KO is just split pushing over on the right-hand side.
That was a really bad decision by Oli. He went for the speed buff while fight breaks out right under the tower. Trilogy gets exploded and Chuckles secures that kill. There is one in return for Liquid, who does go down to Trilogy.
Trilogy, the tower shot there picked up the kill, but Trilogy was the last hit there. With Liquid Renegade down, it's going to make things a little bit more difficult, but given the trade out of Trilogy is going to pretty much balance that out. The sustain coming out from Mouse as well is just allowing Avant Garde to hang around here. The best target for Avant to take out there, however, would have been Desecrated, given his clear. KO's rotated over now, and it looks like Yandegire want to fight. Good pillar there from Rod Diggity. Caseification looking for something here, unable to quite find it. Another sprint is popped from the side of Yandegire, so now they're the ones that are going to be pressuring Avant Garde's tower. Caseification and KO on the front line here, perhaps looking to engage Chuckles in the backline here. Reflects all the damage from Olimar, but in goes Team Yandegire. I'm a Monster connects and bursts down 2. Case gets 1 kill. Desecrated gets another, and now Team Yandegire have taken down 2 for nothing. Gruff hanging around under this tower, uses the Intoxicate and trying to stop Yandegire from taking this tower. Chuckles is here as well, but there's just too much damage on the side of Yandegire. Avant Garde preserve their tower, but Gruff might go down, and he does. KO picks up the kill. Liquid Renegade has returned. Olimar gets away. I'm a Monster. Sorry. Fear No Evil comes through and keeps Yandegire away, but a 3-for-0 trade in favor of Yandegire.
They should keep pushing. This is 5 versus 2. I mean, there's no reason to not. Oli does try to go in onto Chuckles, but he's really low. There's the ultimate from the Athena to secure it. Caseification very well played here. Chuckles gets taken down. This is a 4-for-0 for Yandegire.
And it's huge. This is incredible. Renegade, it's about to be a 5, and oh my goodness, he blinks back in with the 3, but with the Sacred Monkey, still just staving off the inevitable there. So Yandegire so far in this push have got 5 kills and are about to get 2 towers. Good pillar there from Rob Diggy, preserves it just for now, but not for long enough. Desert Fury doing some damage, but Yandegire, looking at the graphs, 8,800 experience lead, 5,800 gold. Nightfall. What is going on? What? This is a Challengers Cup team.
I have no idea, Husey. This is so confusing. Like, I'm just speechless. Like, Team Yandegire are playing so well right here. 21 minutes into the game, 18-9. If you had told me this at the beginning of the week, that Yandegire would have this amount of lead against Avant Garde, like, no one would believe you. But goddamn, they are going straight past all expectations. And now they just have to close the game. But Avant Garde still have got that siege comp that can keep them in the late game.
If you look at player damage here, we can see Desecrator up on top with 14,000, followed by Chuckles on 11,000, and then after that, it's just all Yandegire up until you get to Caseification. Rob Diggity actually sitting pretty low on 5,300 damage.
That's not optimal for your 80 carry. 5,000 damage, the next person below you is the enemy support. And then, it's a rough game for Rob here. But he can still come back. I mean, he's got that Chin Size online, he's starting to go into what I assume is a Titan's Bean. And yeah, then he'll be dealing massive amounts of damage. Gulf Fury started up by Team Yandegire.
Avant, though, looking to contest this one, and they've got effective steal with Mouse. Mouse, though, going in first by himself, gets bursted here, but just barely able to stay alive. I'm a Monster comes through, Desecrator finally gets a kill with that one. Gruff picks up a kill with the Intoxicate onto him. Rob Diggity gets a kill of his own onto Trilogy. Oh my goodness, the burst from Oli, and Liquid Renegade is deleted. Rob Diggity now, the taunt misses from Caseification, but KO chases it down. Olimar blinks in, looks for the kill. He's got the execute available, but he just can't get there. Chuckles slowing down that assault so much. Gruff, though, by himself. Olimar rotating around. Is he looking for Gruff? No, he's still chasing Rob Diggity, but Chuckles is there to meet him. Olimar himself might take some damage here and fall down, but managing to get away from Chuckles. Yandegire, a 2-for-2 trade there, but they don't manage to get the Gold Fury, so probably a win there, you would say, for Avant Garde.
Definitely. See, if you look at the graphs, they're ever so slightly in favor of Avant Garde. But what I love right there was that as soon as Trilogy went down, KO and Ollie just came straight in, crashing onto 4 members of Avant with both of them with their ultimates. It was just so good to see that amount of burst damage and the fearlessness as well. As soon as they know that they're ahead, they can see that they're ahead, and they're just like, "All right, boys, second game OPL, let's go for it." And they're just so aggressive now. This is great.
Speaking of being ahead, Olimar is 4 levels above Liquid Renegade. He is 8-1-9. Avant, though, starting up this Gold Fury, should be able to take this one relatively for free because Yandegire is not in the area. Actually, no, it looks like they're not going to be able to do it fast enough. The damage just isn't there. Olimar coming in case with the Defender of Olympus as well. Iron Monster connects on the Liquid Renegade. But again, the Pheno Evil is perfect to keep Olimar away. He might fall down here to Chuckles, and Chuckles shuts down Olimar. But Chuckles, he's walled in now by KO, finds the smallest of gaps and gets through. Yandegire, though, still looking to fight here. They still have Desecrator's damage and KO as well. KO trying to chase down Chuckles. Good taunt there from Casification. The Tremors are here. Dashing away is Chuckles. The Bulwark keeps him alive just for now. Mid-tier 2 tower being looked at by Yandegire.
So Avant played extremely well there. They saw that KO was not anywhere near the fight, so they engaged, and as soon as they saw him come around the corner, they disengaged straight away. And then that just keep them alive, keep them in the lead of that one kill. But Slow and Steady wins the race. If you're behind, you just take what you can and get out.
See now, Yandegire unable to pick up that tier 2 tower in the middle. The heals from Mouse allowed his team to stay around there, not have to back and give up that tower. Gold Fury again started by Avant 3 times in about 5 minutes. We've seen this one started up, but no one from Yandegire is looking in this direction. They're all rotating to the right-hand side of the map, and are they looking at the Fire Giant?
Oh, they're totally gonna do it. Yes, they started up, and Avant are on the other side of the map. They have no idea this is going on. Is there any wards?
They had a ward there, but Yandegire cleared it out.
Right in the vision.
I think they know what's going on. I think they know. And look, Yandegire stopped, but KO comes in, misses the wall. Liquid Renegade was able to jump in. Gruff is back there as well. One of the squishies that KO was looking for as Mouse and Rob hung back pretty well there. Good impale there from Rob. Keeps Olimar away from him, but Desecrator comes dashing forward. They're looking for the squishies. Desecrator doesn't find that crush there, but Yandegire able to pressure back Avant-Garde.
Something I've noticed that KO, something that differences from last game is that KO is really, really good at these melee sort of run into your face and just destroy you sort of gods. Compared to a Shark that just sits back and clears the waves and from time to time ults, like it's just a much better pick to have that Kabrakan, and his attitude as well has changed drastically.
Liquid Renegade jumping away from a taunt of Casification to get himself away from there. One thing that I really like about Yandegire's team comp is that it just designed to burn beads. And if you burn those beads, you're going to get executed by the Arquang. Like, Casification could come in, taunt you, there's no beads for you. Speaking of which, Chuckles unable to beads away. The Crush nearly picks him up, but it looks like the Tremors from KOs will do it. Good knock up there from Gruff, and a Snipe comes through from Mouse, but it's just not nearly enough damage at this point to have a significant impact on KO, and Gruff trapped in there by the walls. The jump not available. Desecrator picked it up there with the 1. He picked it up there with a Sikkim.
Huge damage coming out from Team Yandegire. They saw exactly what they should have gone for, which was to pick off L Chuckles. He was separated, and they caught him in a very nice spot in between 2 rocks of the map. It just cut off all team support from Avant. And Team Yandegire, they're looking for a the very last tier 2 turret on the map. I'm looking at the grass. Okay, so it's 5.2. It's not as much as I thought it would be, but okay, Team Yandegire just playing absolutely insane right now.
Liquid Renegade is still level 15. He's been that way for a while now. He's 2 levels behind Casification. He's 1 level behind Gruff, his own support. Now Yandegire, Fire Giant, again.
Yeah, they're good. Oh, they won't be able to take it in time safely. They should get off it as Liquid's here with the Pheno Evil. It'll deal massive amounts of damage. Mouse is here as well for the steal.
Iron Monster is available. Rob Diggity trying to steal this one. Avant-Garde do steal it. Liquid Renegade takes a lot of damage there. That is huge for Avant Garde. Iron Monster was not used nearly fast enough to secure that one. Yandegire looking for the fight here. Intoxicate is good from Gruff. El Chuggles picks up Olimar. That's a lot of damage down on the side of Team Yandegire. KO desperately trying to run away here. Liquid Renegade blinks through. Gruff picks it up with the bounce. K's Vacation falls down to Rob Diggity. Avant Garde turned this one on its head. I was just about to question, can Yandegire win this one? But all of a sudden they go and they throw that Fire Giant, and now they're going to lose the tower.
Yeah, and Avant Garde now pressuring this mid lane tier 2. They could actually go for the Phoenix. They've got the Ra, they've got the damage, they've got the Fire Giant as well. They can just keep pressuring. It's 5v1 at the moment, and it's only a Scylla. She's very, very weak. If Gruff gets a good knockup, she's dead. But there's the Phoenix going down. Are they going to end?
Avant is certainly going for it. Titan is started up. Trilogy is back. There is the Dark Knight Desecrator, already about 50% HP. Forced back under his Titan. Mouse taken very low here as well. The healer's going to keep him alive. Desecrator deletes him though. Titan at 25% HP. Trilogy picks up a kill. Yandegire defending desperately, but Avant Garde snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. Oh my goodness, Nightmare. That game was giving me a heart attack.
I know. First game back casting, and I'm just like, oh, I can't take it, Yuzi. 24.